In the early 2000s, when LEDs first started to become available in the UV range, like anyone in the industry, we were looking at that technology and saying, oh, that has a lot of advantages, a lot of characteristics that we'd like to employ. But we didn't have the skill set to really understand how to deploy that technology. Back in around 2008, I came across a great startup company out of university called Dotmetrics Technologies. And at that time, they were developing systems, probably the only group in the world to develop systems using UVC LEDs. And their CTO, Jennifer Pagan, is now the CTO and co-founder of AquiSense Technologies.
So really we started the business in part because Oliver had come from a background of traditional mercury, large systems for disinfection of water. And I came from a background of just LED technology, and I had moved into the ultraviolet wavelength for my PhD work. Both Oliver and myself thought that LEDs were really going to take off in the coming years. And we thought that there were a lot more LED manufacturers coming onto the market at the time, and there were no system developers. And we thought we would fill that gap. And so we kind of combined his knowledge of the market with historical mercury disinfection and my knowledge of LED technology to really put that two together in one business.
For 20 years, I'd been in mercury vapor lamp technology, and that's fundamentally a very different platform. In the same way that Elon Musk was able to take Tesla from a blank platform, blank slate, to bring in a new technology, I think he found it a lot easier to grow quicker than a traditional car company with their existing platforms of, let's say, petrol and diesel. Adding on electric platform is quite difficult. In that same way, we're able to start AquiSense from a blank slate, bringing up, focusing solely on LED technology. A product like this, it looks small and simple, but contained in here is advanced optical design, electrical design, sensing. It's verified with microbiology. It's got some really advanced mechanical design and stress. So we need all of this skill set across the company. So understanding the interaction between those and how to execute the vision is critical to us. Scientists dream of things, but without engineers to deliver the hardware, science would just be a dream, just that, a dream. I think within AquiSense, we can use science to engineer solutions. At the heart, I think we're engineers, although we do have a couple of scientists, so don't tell them.
Part of what allows us to adapt is our willingness to adapt. We take on projects that a lot of people would say no to. And so that's step one, is just choosing to be innovative.
We're a market-driven company, and so because we are able to assess the market quickly and understand the needs of what people want, production and R&D are then able to collaborate very closely and figure out an efficient way to build the devices that the market wants and needs. And this is done through collaboration and through trust in one another.
When we get an interesting project, and when I say interesting, that could mean anything from the space station to the bottom of the ocean, we go all in. Like, our whole team will get really excited about it, and even if you're not on that project, someone has told you about it, or you're asking, okay, well, so what's going on with that? Like, our whole company really does get very excited about it, and that's really interesting to see. I don't think you see that too many places.
I think that UV LEDs are going to be deployed in a variety of different instances for both surface, air, and water disinfection. It's going to be everywhere, but you're not going to necessarily know it's there. And I think that means it could be in your transit system, so on the train you're taking into work. It could be at the bank teller machine you're using. It could be in your water fountain.
From day one, AquiSense Technologies thought big. So we were a tiny company, but thought big. Global from day one. One of our first big contracts was with the European Space Agency through our European subsidiary. We made 2 acquisitions in the first 3 months of our operations. And we fundamentally built the company on multiple platforms. So we deliver a whole platform, a suite of products for research. We deliver a suite of products for OEM integration. We deliver a suite of products for end user use. And we deliver special projects anywhere from space, aviation, automotive, medical, residential, commercial. So I think it's the breadth and the depth of the company from day one. Very important to us. I'm on a roll.
Perfect.
Roll.
You are.